International Film Festival, The Hague.
The film is a very, very powerful one. It's a film about a very tragic story, about suicide, the death of a son, brother, a young male teenager. It was really impactful, and I'm sure the audience fully agrees with me. Could you tell us what is the story behind this film? What motivated you to make this film?
Well, there are two elements of that. I'll start with the easier one. The sign language came from a dream my mother had. The sign language part originated from a dream my mother had, that she had a random dream that I, in her dream, made a fictional. It's based more on a sort of emotional truth. The film is also dedicated to the memory of Jeppe van Arbel. He was a family friend, and in 2017 committed suicide. And as a reaction to that, I started writing and coping with the script, and saw the way to make some sort of form of legacy, I guess. At least what I could do.
So you know the person in person. It was a personal story to you.
Yes, it was that I live. While I'm Dutch, I live in Vienna. So we would do these half-year trips, like in summer and around Christmas time, and in those times we would visit family and friends. And Jeppe was, I think, 3 years older than me. But when I was like 6, when we went to the Van Arbels, he was this model I created in my head of, okay, so this is how a cool, tall, model teenage Dutch guy is supposed to be like. So he was this example to strive towards as a small kid. So that's why the whole perspective of this film is from this small kid looking up and to being also with the
looking up to him.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. I also, of course, we all saw that there was a use of sign language in the film, which made the story even more impactful. What was behind that? Why did you decide to make the story in that way and use the sign language as well?
Well, like I said before, the main kickoff of that was the dream my mother had with the hands and feet, that I would make a... Yeah, she just came up to me and told me this weird dream. She was very flabbergasted by herself, and that stuck in the back of in my mind. And when I tried to find in the script a way to express this isolated world, I thought about like different language barriers, and then those thoughts of the dream and the separation of, even in your own family, you still have being separated in a small world. Those feelings of isolation manifested themselves into the sign language part.
You connected all the pieces together,
exactly.
basically. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Maybe a question to all of you, and I will start with the character Daniel. Even though his presence in the film is just brief, so he's not there for the entire film, but we can feel his presence through the whole film. We can feel it from the beginning till the end. So that also, of course, shows the great acting skills that you performed. And also credits to directing and to the cameraman and to your work for also showing us how it feels, the emotional part of the suicide, even though we don't get to see the actual body, the dead body. So that's also was very, very impactful, and you can see that you worked very hard to make that happen. Could you tell us maybe what did it take to prepare mentally to make it so convincing for the audience?
That was a really hard question. I think, I think it took me about a couple weeks to get really into the part. and it was not my personal story, so it was really hard getting into that role. And of course, because you're playing together with other actors, and after playing together for a while, you have like a certain connection. And me and the sister, we really bonded. It was really cute because during the filming, we would always play together. So I really had the feeling of like, after this movie, I'm not gonna see her that much anymore. So it was also like trying to say goodbye and keeping that mindset whilst acting.
Thank you very much. Do we have questions from the audience? Please. No questions? Yes, please. Go ahead.
How did you learn the actual sign language?
Oh, that's actually a pretty funny story because I was taught sign language by one of the actors who also played in the movies. Was the girl at the AIDS center that actually gave the stuffed animal to like my sister, and it was really funny because they gave me like videotapes of the actual text, so I was practicing at home all the time, and then all of a sudden I was practicing for a couple hours, and I was making a selfie, and I was like, it's mirrored, because if you film something over a camera, it's always mirrored. And I was looking at the video, and I was like, that's also been filmed by a webcam, so maybe that's also mirrored. So I was like calling Sander, I was like, oh my God, like I think I've learned everything, I memorized everything like mirrored. Is that a problem? And he was like, I don't know either, so. Yeah, that was a little bit hard, but in the end it didn't really matter, so yeah.
Is sign language universal?
No, and actually that's, yeah, everybody, that's what I thought as well before doing this movie. I didn't know any sign language at all. And the thing what I thought is like they have like this universal language for it, but actually even within Austria, there are like 8 to 9 dialects. And I think it varies so much because it is spoken among like close communities. So it's also really easy for some words to like not make something up if you don't know something. So for example, they had like Coca-Cola. So Magdalena, the sister, like the little girl, they would always do this for Coca-Cola, which was really funny, but maybe in France or like in other parts of Austria, they would use another sign for that, yeah.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we don't have much time, and we have one more film to talk about. So you may ask questions after this outside in our corridors. Thank you so much. Please give a round of applause for the team behind the Deafening SIlence.